Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. Taken in at the 3. And he won't quite make it to the 25. They'll run here with a rookie second-round pick, Kenneth Walker. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
I'm getting the sense that Fletcher Cox is making offensive linemen want to take the week off when they have to play against him.
It's a regular routine for him, isn't it?
It really is. That play there, that's him all day long. Good luck trying to block him and keep him from disrupting your offense.
And right away, he lost the football. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. So holding on the offense, they go ahead and decline the penalty, and the ball will change hands on the fumble recovery.
Here we go.
2 and now on first down. And this is caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. First and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Man coverage is certainly a staple of their defense, and it's built for plays like that, forcing that incompletion.
Sanders is into the end zone for an Eagle touchdown. This looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. The ball comes out. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes...
Taking it right down Broadway. 30, 10, 5, touchdown, Cowboys. Well, go ahead and strap in, partner. Less than 2 minutes in, had the score on the one side. A quick answer, though, to get the equalizer.
Sometimes you get that sense of urgency that ratchets up, right? When you give up an early touchdown like that, you just know you're like, okay, how do we go back and equalize things? Can we get it done fast? And they absolutely did. Essentially, we're back to even, aren't we?
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. ready at the line. This Philly offense set to go. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And, Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Tua sets up to pass it. Toward the sideline, and he will have the first down as he was able to keep the feet in bounds. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. The Eagles at 2 and 3 here to begin the new season. But Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Tua's throw complete here to his receiver, Brown. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
In a draft day stunner, A.J. Brown was shipped from Tennessee to Philadelphia. He'd appeared to be the long-awaited answer for Tennessee at receiver, and now he can be that same long-awaited answer in Philadelphia. 2,000-yard seasons and 24 touchdowns in his first 3 years in the league.
Yeah, the pressure gets there, and Tua's going to be taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. To try again after the sack. Tua. Got his man, and the ball is knocked out. It's picked up by the Cowboys, and they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. That's probably bringing back nightmares of last week, isn't it?
No doubt about it. Right now I'm looking over at the coaching staff, and I'm seeing the wheels turning in their heads, and you know what is happening? They're remembering how they started the season in camp, even in the offseason where they emphasized ball security, and they're wondering why the message isn't sinking in.
Yeah, 5 turnovers last week, now 1 here in the opening quarter. On 2nd and 9, Smith. That's into a crowd and intercepted. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football, because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
Touchdown! Quez Watkins, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Eagles have taken the lead. Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Well, still early in this one, Charles, but the last time this offense was out there, they threw their first interception of the ball game, so trying to avoid repeating that mistake here on this drive.
And to put a positive spin on it, at least it happened in the first half and not a close game in the fourth quarter, but you're absolutely right, partner. One of the last things this offensive quarterback wants to witness again in this game.
Kind of an obvious question, Charles, but anything you try to avoid after your first pick, or you say it's 1 interception, we're still in the first half, I'm going to do the same thing?
I think you want to avoid playing scared, and put it into the mind of the quarterback that you've lost confidence in him. Make sure you get some throws that he's going to be able to complete, make him feel good about himself, and continue to run your offense.
Give the tackle to Hassan Reddick.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
The Smith's throw there caught by Gallup. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. The Smith's throw pulled in by Lamb. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Throwing now is Geno. That ball is caught. It's Gallup. Touchdown, Cowboys. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from drawing level. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. But he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest. You get a chance to heal up and kind of do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Tua. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And the Cowboys are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Walker now on 1st and 10. And some space here. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 89 yards rushing for him so far as this terrific season continues here. From the red zone now, Smith. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. And the Eagles are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And they dipped a game below 500 following the loss last week. And you get the sense that maybe this team's at a little bit of a crossroads here.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to put it because what's that old malaprop? If you come to a fork in the road, take it. Because this crew, they're losing ground fast. They've got to start winning some ball games. And the good teams, they're starting to separate themselves, and these guys are being left behind.
He's going deep for Brown. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
It's a second down run with Sanders. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
Early down stuffs will put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on third down here. And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up fourth down. On fourth down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked down inside the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. And from the 4, they get it to the 8 on a pickup of 4. So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
And able to get it across the 10 to the 15. Trying to find some space to operate, and now they'll have it, a gain of 12, a big first down to get away from the end zone. Back to Walker on first down. And some room to roam now. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. And quickly to the outside. That's caught by Lamb. They'll give him 4 yards there. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Smith on third down. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. On first down, Smith. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 11 more on that one, and another first down.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
A throw over the middle, taken in. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again. Geno down to throw. That's caught once again by Gallup. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Now Geno on first down. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board. Throwing again is Smith. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. And the Eagles are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. Well, they were in a great position to take the lead, Charles. Obviously, all they needed was a field goal to do that. They wanted the touchdown. Unfortunately, they're going to get neither.
And you know every offense talks about the same thing each week, don't they, Brandon? They want to end every drive with a kick, whether it's a field goal attempt, a point after the touchdown, or at worst, a punt. This time they had that opportunity but didn't get it because you know the field shrinks that close to the end zone, and that allows a defense to tighten up their coverage, and they picked that one off.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Meanwhile, Tua's throw here taken in as he's able to find Goddard. Finding room at midfield. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. Got him in. It's Brown. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. The kick by Elliott is good, and they take a 17-14 lead. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They force the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. Fields the squib kick right around the 30. So we've come to halftime here in Philly with the Eagles on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. This offense set to begin the third quarter, and Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one, so now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game, and down the stretch, being able to be balanced, either throw it or run it, and try and win this ball game.
Now here's a throw that's complete. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? On third down, they'll run it with Sanders. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out, give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told them, if you don't take care of this football, you have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it and pick up first downs.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. From the gun, it's Tua. And this is caught by Watkins. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Tua looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And that will be incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple of big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Here's Brett Kern now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And this will pin him back deep. That's going to kick out of bounds right at about the 7-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And they'll get him down up past the 15. 122 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. So a little breathing room now. 1st and 10 at the 17. And going right back to Walker. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Over the middle, that's caught by Metcalf. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Go, Reed, go! 18,
Out of the gun, Walker with it. Bulldozes past him. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Gino. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
On 2nd and 10, Smith. That is caught by Lamb. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 43. Give them 18 on the play.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
Options galore here, 2nd and a few inches. On 2nd down, it's Walker. Nifty move. And some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, here's Smith. Throw right side, taken in by Gallup. Touchdown, Cowboys! Michael Gallup with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Cowboys go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the second half. They'll need to change that here. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 56 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. A big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already. Here's Tua. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And the Cowboys are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Smith now to throw. He's going to find Gallup here complete. He's got room at the 30. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
And he's brought down, but he has it down to the 12 on a pickup of 12. 1st and 10. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. They run again with Walker. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Up the middle, here's Walker. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. The kick by Marr is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And that last turnover could have proven more costly, but their defense only gave up 3. But now answering with a field goal doesn't do them much on this drive. They need to try and find the end zone. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Tua now on first down. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Oh, that's good decision-making right there. Understood down and distance. Knew it wasn't third down, and he still had another opportunity to earn the first down. Good job throwing it away and avoiding an interception.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. A give running left. It's Sanders. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning. They go back to the ground with Sanders. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Another run here with Sanders. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. 83 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. Tua. Eluding the pressure right. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Exactly what they were looking for. They've been giving up yardage. They've been letting them drive right downfield, but they got a sack right there. How about that for a little bit of revenge?
Tagovailoa. Throw right side, caught by Goddard, the tight end. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the 4th. Here's Tua. That's swung out wide to Sanders. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. And once again, this is Sanders. And he is going to lose yardage here. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. Tua to throw. And it's caught. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go now.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both know the safe call is to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up a chance to win it right now as well. But remember, if you do attempt that, it's got to be a big play downfield and still leave yourself enough time to get your field goal unit out there and kick for the win.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Smith. Walker with a grab, left side. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. Now it's Smith. Going deep for Walker. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his health. He's got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Got to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on third down. On third down, here's Walker. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Can see this quite a bit on running plays with the guys out wide. A lot of times, though, it doesn't get caught.
You're exactly right, because it's away from the play usually, so a lot of it goes undetected. But I know this will surprise you. I coach some receivers in the offseason. We work a lot on hand placement and blocking downfield. Might want to take that course.
And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So it's the Eagles who will get the first chance to go down and find a winner as they'll get it here, and we are back underway. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. All set up for him right now, Charles. Opening possession of overtime. They've got the football. They also obviously have this home crowd behind them in a big way.
They get that extra energy from them, but they've got to be careful not to let that adrenaline get away from them and play too fast or create errors of their own making. Use that energy, embrace it, but make sure they channel it the right way. They've got a chance to go downfield, score a touchdown, and end this game.
Right back to Sanders on first down. He'll get this to about the 38.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. First throw of the OT session for Tua. Throw left side complete. That's Hill. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. From midfield, here's Tua. And this is caught. It's Brown. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Looking to pass. Tua. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Merritt. And the Cowboys are going to have it with a chance to win the game here in overtime. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. One team squandered opportunity. It's another team's chance to win this thing. They forced that clutch turnover, and now all they need is a field goal here to win this ball game.
Could not be set up much better, could they? A takeaway on defense. Now it's up to that offense to find a way to put themselves in position for the game-winning points. Touchdown, field goal, they don't care. Just find a way to win it.
2nd and 9 now from the 21. Now Smith with his first throw of OT. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. A quick target here, complete to Metcalf. And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27, no first down. 2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied.
Let's go. 79 Broncos.
Here we go on 4th. Smith. That's complete to Lamb. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gigantic call there in overtime, but it pays off with a first down. From the gun, it's Walker. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Great stop by Darius Slay to back up the offense. So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. Throwing now is Geno. Oh, and it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. So an interception on one side and then an interception on the other. So both quarterbacks, Charles, with turnovers here in overtime.
So apparently one good defensive play deserves another. Both sides coming up big in overtime, both getting interceptions, trying to set up their teams to score and win the game.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll be left with just one remaining here at OT. Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7. In motion comes the tight end left. Now Tua. Tua hit and the ball is out. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. And a costly, costly mistake. Coaches talk so much about ball security, and in overtime, so paramount.
Partner, do you ever wonder, maybe they talk about it too much?
Too much, yeah.
It doesn't seem like you can, but maybe by discussing it time and time again, and you know they overemphasized it here, it almost became self-fulfilling.
And any points beat them here. Field goal or a touchdown now. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. Now the timeout comes here in the waning seconds of this overtime as we could be set up at long last for a potential game winner. Whistles come in and a timeout. Just 8 seconds left in OT. So it all rests now on the right foot of Brett Maher. This to win it in overtime. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. And it'll be a good time in Big D tonight. The Cowboys have won it. And for the visitors, it is going to be a happy flight home. It is always such a treat, Charles, in the NFL when you can go on the road and get a victory, and that's exactly what they accomplished here today.
The trip home so much sweeter, isn't it? All the noise they heard before, how tough it is to win on the road, how tough it is to play in this stadium, how hyped up that crowd's going to be. They just used it as fuel. Came in full confidence, believe